This is Richard back at you. We got Michael's 7 of 98 Dodge 3500 diesel in the house. He bought this truck about 2 months ago or so. It's got an NV4500 transmission in it, 5.9 diesel, 2-wheel drive. Now, it had a problem with fifth gear. It would go in, just hard to get in, hard to get out. Reverse worked fine. All the other gears worked fine. No noises. Had a little bit of a grind sometimes going into fifth gear, you know, kind of like a synchronizer grind, but you had to make it do it. You just wouldn't do it just on normal shifting. You kind of had to force it a little bit and it would make the noise. But what I did is I went ahead and got it drained, and we've got the back off the unit because your fifth gear is in the back here, okay? You can see the upper gear here, the small one, and then you have your big one down here on the bottom. You have your Artorias fifth gear nut that always comes off, just like this one has right there. You can see this nut here is loose. It's backed off probably, you can put your finger in there, that's about how much it's backed off. You can see the nut ain't even touching the washer. Let me take my flashlight away, maybe it might help you guys. Zoom in a little bit. You can see how the nut's not even touching the washer right there. That washer is like a bevel washer. When you lay it on the floor, it's not flat. The nut tightens down against it like a lock washer, tightens down on the gear, and then you Loctite the nut on, and then you can see the little spots right here where you take and ping it into the groove right here. Like right here, you ping it there, and then you tighten it down, Loctite, tight. I can't remember what the tightness is, I'm gonna have to look it up. But then you ping it right here, okay? Now, this does, let me get my flashlight out here and see. Move the cart a little bit so I can get closer to it. It's already had a nut put on it. Doesn't look like it. It kind of looks like a factory nut on the shaft right there, but it's really hard to tell. You can see with the fork has been touching it. Aluminum's missing on the fork. Now the synchronizer ring right there. Let me grab a screwdriver really quick. I'm gonna spin you around a little bit. Get a screwdriver. I'd have everything ready. Sorry. Anyway, this is your brass synchronizer ring right here. You see that ring? If that ring, when you put it up against that locking hub right there, what do you want to call that collar? If it sits flat against it and there's no gap right in here in the middle, then the ring's wore plumb out. If it bottoms out, then it's wore plumb out, okay? I'm gonna take this snap ring off right there, and I'm gonna pull this all apart. There's a couple of dowel pins and row pins we gotta push out right here. You can see that. Push them out. This will all come off, the gear will all come off this shaft all in one piece. This piece will come off once you take the snap ring off. Synchronizer ring will come out. But if you notice this gear right here, this gear, it wobbles. Even though the nut's off of it, and this gear right here should not wobble on the shaft at all. So what I'm gonna do is get this taken apart. Some of these shafts are fully splined for this gear, some of them are half splined. The gear is fully splined all the way, but for some reason they only splined half of the shaft that the gear slides on, so it's only getting half the splines that the gear. And then some of the shafts that you could buy aftermarket, it's a full spline shaft. Different style locking nuts, they make different style things here to keep that from happening. But these things are about clearances, in-plate clearances. There's gotta be really a preload on this gear right here, or not on the gear, but on the bearings, the front and rear, the cluster, front and rear, and the input and the output shaft here. They do have a bearing in between the cluster and the output shaft too, so you don't want to preload that one too much, but you still don't want no rocking with it. These pull such a tremendous amount of load that they'll push the case, they'll bow the case if you put a ton of weight on them. And if you go ahead and bow it a little bit when you shim it snug on that cone bearing, then it doesn't move at all. So, but anyway, we're gonna get this apart really quick and see how it goes, and I'll have another video. Thanks, have a great day.